What's up everyone? As you can tell, I'm definitely not in Spain anymore. Summer is officially gone. I'm in Norway for the next 4 weeks. This is day number 1, and I figured why not pick up the camera and film a little video for you guys. I think it's gonna be interesting. This is 5 reasons why fitness and bodybuilding is making you fat. Number 1 is going to be bulking. So consuming more calories than you can burn off, thus leading to fat or muscle gain. So whether you know it or not, we're always either bulking on a surplus or on a deficit or cutting. The difference might be so small that it's virtually unnoticeable, and that's what we call maintenance, or the amount of calories that you need to maintain your current weight. So on social media, a lot of people are either bulking or cutting. You always see that. A lot of people use bulking as an excuse to just eat whatever they want, or in other words, dirty bulking, which means eating dirty foods, junk foods, in order to gain weight. Does it work? Technically, it does. You will be on a caloric surplus. But the main thing that we have to remember is that muscle gains are extremely slow. It takes a very long time to build muscle, as opposed to fat. You can gain fat instantly. So in one day, you can gain quite a bit of fat if you overdo on your calories. Now, it depends also on the macronutrients that you eat. For example, if you pass a line of maintenance, and a lot of the surplus is coming from fats, that will easily get stored because fats don't burn themselves off. They're already ready to be stored into your body, whereas complex carbohydrates have a lot of fiber attached to them and they need to be converted into fat in your body, which has an energy cost. So just a little tip, if you are planning on being on a pretty big surplus, definitely do not choose a lot of fatty foods. Stick with the complex carbohydrates. I can't tell you how many times clients have emailed me starting out with a huge amount of body fat because they have actually just tried eating as much as possible to gain muscle. And every single person that tells me this story has so much fat to lose, and it's just not worth it. It's just not worth all the work that you have to do afterwards to cut down on the body fat. So if you're gonna bulk, make sure to do it extremely slowly with only healthy foods if you want to progress throughout a long period of time. Number 2 is going to be cutting, so the exact opposite of bulking, being on a caloric deficit. I've seen girls being on 500 calories a day, 800 calories. I've seen guys going as low as 1,400 calories and doing a bunch of cardio on top of it. Now, this is horrible for your health and your hormones, especially for girls because they can't recover from the metabolic damage as easily as guys can. This is also something that I've experienced before. I've been on 1,800 calories doing 2 hours of training per day, and I know how fast you can drop down in weight, but at the same time it's not sustainable at all. You end up feeling weak, you'll perform horribly in the gym, you'll be in a really bad mood, you'll be angry, or should I say hangry. You'll be craving foods like crazy, which is not a good thing, not at all. At that point, when you're that low in calories, just raw oatmeal is gonna taste like heaven to you. The problem with cutting is that it just puts you in a craving mindset, in a very, very restrictive mindset where you can't have certain foods that you like because you want to drop weight. And that is really scary, and it happens to almost every single bodybuilder out there that competes in competitions. Once they're done with their show or done with their cut, they go binge eating because they just can't control themselves. And this is obviously your body telling you that, okay, it's time to stock up on as much energy as possible, because at this rate that we've been going on, we're not going to be able to survive. So no matter how much of a willpower you have, you'll feel like eating until you can't stand anymore, and this will go on for weeks at a time. And combined with the lower metabolism that you've gotten throughout the weeks of cutting, it'll make you gain weight so much faster than before, and you'll lose the progress in weeks. Like I said before, you put on fat way quicker than you can lose it. So make sure to do it steady with high volume foods so you feel satisfied at every meal. You should not be hungry even when you're cutting. Number 3 is going to be lack of physical activity. So you may be working out for 1 hour a day, lifting weights, but that is not enough. People are usually so scared of losing muscle mass that they will not do any cardio, they will not go for walks, and they'll just have like horrible cardiovascular health. You do need to train your heart in order to be healthy. There's this whole team no cardio thing going on, and that is really, really bad. Actually, when I was at my heaviest at 224 pounds, I hadn't done cardio for probably about 6 months. Now, whether you're cutting or bulking, you do need to incorporate some sort of cardio. You will not lose muscle mass from doing low intensity, steady pace cardio, going for walks. That is basic stuff that all humans should be doing. We're designed to be moving. We do not move our bodies nearly as much as we should. We have to be moving our joints in different ways. We have to be walking. Walking is the #1 thing I recommend everyone doing. You can do whatever you prefer. You can do sprints if you want to for 15 minutes, interval training. You can do jogs, you can do biking, you can do anything that you feel comfortable with. The important thing is just to do it. Your muscles will develop just as fine if you're doing cardio. I have met a lot of bodybuilders and fitness athletes. A lot of them neglect cardio, and a lot of them can't run you know, a 100-meter sprint in a good time. A lot of them cannot go for a 30-minute jog. You do not want to look like an athlete, you know, lean with a six-pack and muscles and not be able to do basic athletic things like sprinting, jumping, that kind of stuff. You have to be able to move your body as it was designed to move. Reason number 4 is misinformation. A lot of us go to YouTube and to Google and we type for tips. And unfortunately, there's a lot of bull poop. Try to keep the channel family friendly. A lot of people just look at a person and see that they have massive muscles and they're pro bodybuilders, so they must know what they're talking about and trust the information that they provide. By no means are they scientists or researchers. Very often, trust me, because I'm in the industry, they do not have any knowledge on nutrition. And this is really scary because you see loads of people recommending high protein diets, low carb, ketogenic, whatever it is. There's so many people recommending so many different things that people just get confused. But the point I'm trying to make is just because a person has 35-inch arms doesn't mean that they know exactly how you can develop your arms properly. You know, there's other factors such as, you know, anabolic steroids, insulin, loads of things that they use to grow their muscles, you know, beyond the natural limits. And there's nothing wrong in following professional bodybuilders and massive people as long as it's just for motivation and inspiration or whatever, but do not take nutritional advice and scientific advice from people that are not qualified to give you that. And once again, I had clients that were on someone else's program and they recommended them to eat about 300 grams of protein, which is insane. It's really bad for you. And they do it because that's what the massive bodybuilders told them to do. And people forget with all that protein that they're recommending, you know, a lot of times it'll be steak and other high fatty meats, which will lead to a lot of extra fat gain if you're consuming above your calorie needs. Now, if you're using drugs to help with muscle gains and that kind of stuff, there are so many rules that do not apply to you. If you're taking drugs and steroids, muscle protein synthesis is increasing your body. You can get away with even less protein. So I'm not sure why massive bodybuilders are recommending this amount of protein. So if you're a natural person and you're trying to build muscle, you do not want to follow people's advice. Do not eat like those pro massive bodybuilders eat because you will gain weight. Number 5 is impatience. So a lot of people want results way too quickly. Everyone is like that, you know, humans are just impatient creatures. We want everything our way as quickly as possible. If you're very new to lifting, yes, you can expect a lot of gains in the first few months of lifting. But if you've done it for a year or two, you will notice that it's going to take a lot longer. Ideally, you want to be on a muscle building phase and consuming more or less what you need to maintain your body weight, because that will be enough to develop your muscles. You can even develop your muscles on a small caloric deficit. It's not going to be as visible as when you're, you know, smashing in 10,000 calories, but you're not going to be getting all the unnecessary fat. And ideally, you only want to cut down, you know, once a year or something. You know, that's what I want to focus on. Right now, my main goal is to focus on having a lifestyle that I can just maintain a great physique and develop slowly. We shouldn't be switching from cutting to bulking phase our entire lives. We have to reach a physique that we're happy with and try to maintain that, not by tracking calories and macros every single day, but by eating healthy foods that will just keep you lean and allow you to develop your muscles optimally. You know, when you're young, it's fine. You can, you know, do dirty bulking and without getting a lot of fat. But by the time you're 30, 40, or 50, it's not going to be as easy to just stay lean by eating, you know, unhealthy foods. So what you want to focus on is creating a healthy lifestyle right now when you're young, so that when you reach 50 or 60, you still look amazing and you don't have to go through all the hurdle of, you know, switching your whole life around in order to be healthy and stay fit. So I have made these mistakes over and over again throughout the years. I just try to share these mistakes that I've made in the past with you guys. So hopefully you guys can avoid them. I know I'm just another voice out of all the other voices on YouTube and whatever social media. But you know, I feel like I wish I had the information that I'm giving you guys right now when I started out. I am by no means perfect. I am extremely, you know, into junk food and unhealthy foods. I love eating anything, pizzas, ice creams. And it's really hard to keep your diet under control and eat only whole foods, but that should be our main goal. And yes, it's gonna be extremely hard. I have not mastered it. I'm on the journey to master this. This is the, you know, quest for health and fitness. I'm getting closer and closer to reach that, you know, sustainable kind of lifestyle that I can just, you know, keep going. And hopefully as I go along my journey, you guys can, you know, jump along and do the same and just focus on being the best that you can be. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this little topic video. Do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and share this video with your friends. If you think that other people can benefit, that'll mean the world to me if you just, send them the video, get them to subscribe to the channel. Let's try getting the 500,000 subscribers this year. But anyway, guys, I'm starving. Gotta go back home, eat something healthy. And as always, I'll see you very soon. Peace out.